Hi, it's Oscar. The list in data in the Python, this is one of the basic structure in the Python of it's a sequence of that. And as you see that here, each element is a sequence of sign and number. And this number, they call this position 0, position 1, or index of that. So the first index for here, if I have the element, I have this list for 10 elements. Actually, it's going to be from 0 start to 10. So actually, it's about 11 elements it gets. The first index start from 0, and the reverse of that one, if you do it, is start from minus 1, 2, 3, 4. Python has 6 build sequence, and we have array, we have tuple, and we are talking about today, or dictionary, we are talking about today about the list. Important thing in the list, all the data on the list should not be on the same type. It can be a string, it can be integer, or it can be boolean, it can be float, and etc. Any type of the which Python has it. So let it be. So each section or each index separated with one common. Let me show you how does it work. I'm going to go open the pie chart and start with the, for example, I'm going to have a variable here, cars, and then I'm going to have a list of the different cars. And what I'm going to say here, I'm going to have each list, each one separated with one common, and each one as a string here. I'm going to put it as a, in two or single quotation. If I write now, I have the Ford here and MW or Toyota, and then I have, yes, here I have it. So this is a list data. How I'm able to get the list, the first one, as I mentioned that before, we are able to say index. For example, if I say that print, I have to have, and then I'm going to say that cars, the variable that I have, and this is index, the fourth is index 0. If I just put index 0, see, and I go run this one, see what is going to print for me. It's going to print for me the Ford. So this is how we access it to that one. So if I right now change index 1, which is BMW, here it is, and again index 2, 3, 4. Now if I just put index minus 1, see what will happen. Minus 1 is going to be from here. So the index is going to be, this is going to be the length of this will be 4. Here, let me show you how does it work. If I just want to write out the length of the cars, let me use the len method here. I copy this one and I paste this one, and then I have length and ask them to print the length of that for me. So what it does, it tells me the length of this one is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, but the index of that one is 0. So it's a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So start from 0, 1, 2, 3, here it is. But the total length of this one is going to be 4 because the 0 is count 1. But the first one, if right now we print off the 1 by, let me do it here. You see how does it work. We have a for loop here, and I put as a z in cars. And then what I want to do, I want print right now what I want is it's going to be from z, just the first one item, second item, and that's going to be the first item print out, the second, and the fourth item is going to be print out. Tell me the length here is 4, and here it is, the list of the item. But let me show you what is the position of each item is going to be. Another list here, and I call this list as a number. So here is going to be a number, and then what I'm going to do, I said 2, 4, 70 or 80, and then I'm going to print again same thing on the screen. So, and then I have this variable that I put as a list, and I'm going to print out that one. So what's going to happen is print that list number. But if I want just go to tell them, okay, give me the number 1 here, see what he's going to tell me. He's going to give me 0, index 0, index 4. So I can print whole list, which just print the variable that I had. Is going to print me the whole variable, and this variable is a list. Give me whole list of the whatever is in the list. Each element, it shows me each element that I have on the list. It shows me. But if I want to get the first element of this one or the second element, because the first one starts from 0 and 0, 1, it give me the number 4. If I put right now 0, it give me the first element. And again, I'm able to do again cars here, but let me give you another. So it doesn't make any difference. I put here one more time, same thing, car. But on this car, this is another variable I created. But I give you here just only 2 lists. So it's going to be double quote. I'm able to double quote or single quote. And again, here just I use, on this case, let me give another name. And let me give you a GM here. So if right now I'm going to print this one, I have the print stage here, and instead cars I put car, and just let me just print the whole variable here. By whole, it give me list of this one. But if I want just only one of them or the second one, if I put 0, it give me that Nissan. So it's the same thing. I can use double quotation or single quotation for the list, and it gives me. Let me say that how we are able to update the list, how we are able to add another list to one list, or add one element to the list. Now let me write different variable and put a list on that one. I'm going to have few types of the list, and I was going to say that, okay, give me the range of from one position to other position of the list, print of those number, or just I want to pick up those number. Let me show you how does it work. Persons, and these persons is going to be a list. So on this list I'm going to have name, or you can put any name, and I separate them with a comma, and age. Actually, age I'm going to put as a, and then I name for that person, and I said, for example, I said John, and I give an age for it. I give the age of 50, and I give a weight for it. I gave it 145, and then I give the height of that one 6.7, and then I give a phone number for that person, and that the phone number gives the index. So I said 888-339999. Okay, so let me first, I'm going to print the list. I'm going to print the list. So how does it work? If I print the list, it gives me the right now, this is the list. But if just I want to print from one position to other position, I want the range of that one. So I said, just print for me that variable which has the list from position age. I put it 50 as position 1 to position, let me position 1, 2, 3. See how does it work. It gives me position from position 1, this is 0, John, the age 2, and then give me, now if I put it in position 5, see what it tells me. It gives me position 1 to 5. So I'm able to get a range of the list that I have. So the ranges start from 0, from 1, which location we want. From 0, I can, if I put from 0, it's going to be John, all of them is going to be then the position 5. So the name is going to be right there too. Okay, that is the range that I'm looking for. There's from, even if I don't write any number, I just give 3. See, it gives me all of them up to position 3. So John 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 6. Here it is. It gives me from first, if I don't put any index here, start from the 0 to 3 that I'm requesting. Right? So that's how this, the range is going to work. Let me give you one other item. Let me check one list here. Let me have this list here, same thing that I had here. But I just want to check, see if one element on this list exists or not exists. So I can go here and say if this one element here exists or not. If I say that BMW in the list or not, in the list of the cars, I can say cars, and if it exists, I can say yes, it exists. If it doesn't do it, okay, so I say print, and then else, say print different thing. Okay. Let me give the name here. I said BMW. Then I said yes, it is. Or if it's not, I say it's not. I have to delete. Okay, I'm saying that if it exists, tell me which cars exist. If so, we are able to check, see if one item available exists or doesn't exist. Or I can say if it's not, let me know. I am able, just let me see that I want to change the list of this item. How I'm able to change the list, place one item, one element of the list. How I'm able to do it. So I bring the cars again, and I want to change the position of the first one and put it different value on it. So what I want to do, I put the value instead. That one I put Nissan. Okay. Then I'm going to, if I print right now everything, see what will happen. Cars. I print everything on the list of the cars. See what will happen. Instead BMW, just put the Nissan. So I'm able to change one element or replace one element with other element by just putting the index number what I want to do it. Elements of this list or replace it by different thing. Let me show you how does it work. So I can go again, same thing, just put cars, and I want to change two elements here. I want to say from 0 to 1. I don't put number 0, I can put it here, so I said 0 to 1. I want to change these two elements. what I can say, I put a list, and from the 0 instead forward, I can say GM. That's going to be GM, but I have to have it as a string. And then I have I can change the Nissan, doesn't make a difference. I can say different brand that I want, whatever that I want to do it. For example, here's cars, but forget about the cars, just change the element of this one and just print out what's going to happen. So what I did here, I changed from 0 to 1. I said GM and John. And then I had, before I changed that one to Nissan, Toyota, Benz. So I'm able to add elements to the, I put from 0 to 1, what I put, and the rest of that. And before I change BMW to Nissan. So this is the list is coming for me. Let's go to the next subject. Add element to same thing that I had before. So how I'm able to add to this list the other element. What I can use the method of the append. So append this. So I say here it is. I have the my variable list, this variable that has a list, and I want to say that, okay, I want to add one value to this list, and see what will happen if right now I add one element to the GM to the list, and then I print everything out, print all the list, see what happened here. So what's happened here, when I append it, it go to the end of the list. So I have the list, I add one item to the list. I'm able to add more items to the list. If I want to add more item to the list, I can put insert. So insert, I can tell you where insert the value. So if I use insert, what's the difference between insert and append? I tell where to insert the value. Now, I added GM to it, but if I say right here, just let me keep that one here. Let me put the insert. I have the still cars, and on the cars value, I want to insert. I use the insert method, and I tell on which position 0, 1, I want to put it after BMW. So I set here after the 1, add for me to the first one, and then I print it, same thing. Let me print it after when I insert it, see what happened. So I'm able to insert on position that I wanted to insert. At this, so I said, okay, just on position, this is 0, 1. So it's going to insert for me on the, after the 4, because the 4 is 0, 1 is right here. And if I right now change it to 3, see what will happen. So the B go to 0, 1, 2, 3 is going to insert it. So, but if I append is going to be at the end, but insert, I can say which position I want to insert on the list item. Okay, let's go back, and I want at this point, I want to expand it. I want to add more items instead one, just I had more than that. Let me see how, let me tell you how do I do it. Let me, and then in this case I use extend method. Let me show you how. I create 2 variables and 2 lists, and then I extend the first or the second to the first one. Let me show how does it work. But I'm going to have the other list. And this case, I have a list of, again, cars. This one to the next one. So what I'm going to say that, I'm going to say, I use the extend, and I extend to the first list, I extend the second one. So what will happen, I have cars already, and then I want to extend that one, so I use the extend. And then what I'm going to extend, I extend the additional car here, and if I want to print it, I just print car, see what will happen here. So at this point I extend, I add this second additional to this previous one, and see what happened. It's going to append to this, to the end of this list of the line. So I have the second one, the Cadillac, Chevy, and Acura is added over to the GM that we had before. So again, this is another method that we use it to extend one list to other one, or we are able to go through everything. So if I wanted to go, I'm able, or remove. Let me show you how to remove it from one. I can use the remove and just add one of out of that, and by remove I can say pop, which remove, you know, which position, I can say which position I want to remove it. And then what I want to discuss, I want just pop which one, the position. Here I have the BMW, let's get one, and then I print out same thing, see what will happen. Print cars for me, the list of that, see what will happen on this one. So what I took out, I pop out or remove on the first position. The first position is Ford, 0 and 1 came out and go. So I pop up one of them, I remove one element from that item. So we use the pop. I can use delete, you know, again same thing, and I tell which one I want to delete. I can say from one position. Here again, let me keep this one, and I say and I give the variable that I have on the list, and this time I will say that let me get the 0 1, so it's going to delete. And if I print out, see what will happen, cars, see what will happen here. So when I say delete and I say the which index or which element you have, I use the index value and I tell them which one I want to delete. So it's going to delete that index from the element that I want to say that. If I want, in case, I am pretty sure that really somebody wants to do that, but probably if you use all the information on that list and you don't need any more the list, you are able to clear the list. So how you are going to say that? Right now I say cars, and then I use the clear method, clear, and let me, I don't have to have anything, just clear everything. So if I print out the cars here, see what will happen. So I don't have anything here. I don't have anything here. But let me give the, here, I have to, before I do, I have to remove this clear. That's right noise. Here it is. So it's going to, for me, it's going to print from the first element that I had, Toyota, Buick, and everything. And if I just take the pop out from here, so that one is coming out, it's going to print from one to other one. So it means that even if I want to loop it to add something to it, it gives me the location. I'm able to sort the list, I'm able to copy list, I'm join list. There are so many methods that you are able to use it. I let you do the rest of that by yourself. Hopefully you enjoy it. Check it out. Don't forget thumbs up and subscribe for new lessons.